Lately, there have been two very common questions that people ask me. The first one is why my blog and my YouTube channel is called GiGi Eats Celebrities. And the second one is why I can't have wheat, dairy, gluten, sugar, soy, fruits, and nuts. Well, the first question is really easy to answer. When I first started my blog and YouTube channel, I used to make fun of diet and fitness trends of celebrities. Thus, I was eating celebrities, as in making fun of them. So that's the short answer. Now, if you want the longer answer, by all means, email me. I'll let you know. But that's all you guys really need to know, to be completely honest. Now, the second question actually has a bit of a longer answer, and I actually decided to make this video now because it just so happens to be the 9-year anniversary of when I had my large intestine removed. That's right, guys. If you didn't know that, I don't have a large intestine. Look at the scar right there on the screen. Yeah. I've got a scar, looks real good, looks appetizing, you just want to lick it, don't ya? Yeah, I don't. Gross. It might bite you, seriously. So back in 2009, I had my large intestine removed. The reason being is because I had something called a cecal volvulus, where your large intestine twists into a knot somehow and is going to burst if you don't take it out, or at least untwist it. I remember when I went through all of this pain, and I was in the hospital, and the surgeon came up to me and was like, hey, you've got two options. You could either get your large intestine removed, or we could just untwist it, and then, can't guarantee that it won't twist again in a week. I wonder which option I'm gonna take. Why would you even give me two options? I want you to take out my large intestine if it has even the slightest chance of twisting into a knot again. Because regardless, you're gonna do surgery. So why not get rid of the problem as opposed to putting a band-aid on it? You see, I have celiac disease, Crohn's disease, and ulcerative colitis. I won the lottery when it comes to digestive issues. All of these complications I have definitely contributed to why I had a cecal volvulus. And with celiac and Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, you really can't eat a lot of specific foods. So it's pretty simple, guys. I can't have wheat, dairy, gluten, sugar, soy, fruits, and nuts because it aggravates my system. My body cannot process the things that I do not include in recipes on my blog and YouTube channel. I have used myself as a guinea pig for the past 17 years to figure out what works for me and what doesn't. And that is something everybody who has any sort of digestive issue or any ailment in general needs to do for themselves. Everybody is different, so what might work for one person is not necessarily going to work for the other person. When I got my large intestine removed 9 years ago, that was not the start of when I stopped eating all of those things. The reasoning behind why I stopped consuming these things back in the day, before I was even diagnosed really with anything, is because I used to competitively snowboard, and when I was hiking the half pipe, I always felt like such shit. And my mom, who happens to be a doctor, was like, you know what? Maybe you should try not eating blah 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 and blah blah blah. And she sent me this book that really just made perfect sense to me. So I started cutting things out, trying to figure it out, and then I was diagnosed, so then it all just kind of made sense. It was like that light bulb went off in my brain, and I was like, what? Honestly, what happened though is when I had my stomach surgery, I had to add more foods to the list of foods that I couldn't eat already. So it just restricted me even more. That being said, always loved salmon, and thank God I can still eat it. So living with these complications, yeah, it's not easy. Not at all. But I do not let this control my life. In fact, I control it. I am not shy when I go out to restaurants. I tell the waiter exactly what I need and exactly how to prepare it, and I ask all of the questions. Now, I know a lot of people who are celiac or Crohn's or can't have specific foods, they get really nervous about eating out because they're too shy to stand up for themselves. And I'm like, guys, it's your health. Stand up for yourself. People will understand. And plus, you're the paying customer. So, what's stopping you from asking these questions? Obviously, it's risky regardless because, it's like a game of telephone where the waiter might go to the chef in the kitchen and not necessarily say the right things. Or in the kitchen, there could be some contamination. And yes, I have been on the ugly side of eating at restaurants when things don't go the way I wanted them. But that's just a risk I have to take, especially since I'm this food blogger or a food personality or whatever you want to call me. So I just kind of deal with it. Now, as I said earlier, you have to treat yourself like your own guinea pig. That being said, I have a couple of different tips and tricks that I want to let you guys in on, just in case they might actually help you. I down those probiotics and digestive enzymes. I also eat a very low fiber diet, and the fiber that I do eat comes strictly from vegetables. However, the vegetables that I eat, yeah, I limit those as well. I have realized a high fiber diet, not something I ever want to take part in. No thank you. That being said, I definitely eat vegetables and I adore them. I love the sweet potato, I love the asparagus, I love the Brussels sprouts, I love the spinach. Spinach is a huge part of my life, the zucchini, you know, those sort of things, but I eat them in smaller portions. Other things that work for me in terms of making sure my stomach works efficiently is eating a high fat, high and healthy fat, and high protein diet. My body loves protein, loves it. I subsist on it. I eat like a pound of salmon at each sitting. And also, salmon's very high in fat as well, and my body loves that healthy fat. So yeah, I have just rambled for the past like bajillion hours, I feel, and I don't even know if I got my point across. In summary, GiGi Eats Celebrities used to make fun of diet and fitness trends of celebrities, and no longer does. I make allergen-friendly recipes that are, quote, GiGi approved, and I also do allergen-friendly travel, showcasing the fact that you can travel with autoimmune diseases and food allergies. Also, it's the anniversary of 9 years of losing my large intestine. Woo! Yeah, I'm so happy about that for some reason. And I got it removed because I had something called a cecal volvulus, which typically happens to people who are about 80 years old. Or if you remember that movie called Marley and Me, where the dog's stomach flipped, that's kind of like what happened to me. So you could just kind of relate me to Marley. Cool. I do really, really appreciate you guys watching this video. And I hope it was at least a little bit informative. If not, I'm really sorry that I wasted your time. Anyways, I will have a new video next week. Me back in the kitchen. Don't you worry. So I do hope you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like this video if you did in fact like it. Leave a comment below. Talk to me about anything. I don't really care. And I will see you next week.